Hey everyone, welcome back to the Chill English podcast. It's Brian here, and of course, I'm joined by Lily.
Hey Brian. Hey everyone. I have a question for you all. Have you ever felt like your emotions completely took over and you lost control of a situation?
Oh, I think we've all been there. Whether it's anger, stress, or anxiety, emotions can sometimes feel overwhelming. But here's the good news. If you learn to control your emotions, you can take control of your life.
That's exactly what we're talking about today. How to manage emotions instead of letting them control us. Ready, Brian?
Yep, let's do this.
So, Brian, let's start with this. Why do we even have emotions? What's their purpose?
Emotions are actually a survival tool. They help us respond to situations quickly. Fear keeps us safe, happiness connects us with others, and even anger can be useful in standing up for ourselves.
That makes sense. But the problem is when emotions control us instead of us controlling them, right?
Exactly. If we let anger make our decisions or allow stress to paralyze us, that's when emotions become a problem.
So the key is balance, acknowledging emotions but not letting them take over.
All right, let's talk about one of the hardest emotions to control, anger. What do you do when something really frustrates you, Lily?
Oh, I used to react immediately and say things I regretted later. But now I pause. I take a deep breath and count to 5 before I respond.
That's smart. Taking a short pause can stop you from saying or doing something you might regret. Another trick I use is shifting my perspective. Instead of thinking, this person is trying to make me angry, I ask myself, could they just be having a bad day?
That's a good one. And sometimes I just step away from the situation. A quick walk or even just a few minutes alone can help calm my mind.
Yep. And if you need a long-term strategy, physical activities like exercise or even journaling can help release built-up anger.
I also practice mindfulness. Just sitting still for a few minutes and focusing on my breathing helps me reset my emotions.
That's great. And let's not forget humor. Sometimes laughing at the situation or finding a positive angle can really help ease anger.
Now let's talk about stress. Life is full of responsibilities, work, family, personal goals. Sometimes it just feels like too much.
Absolutely. When I start feeling overwhelmed, I remind myself to focus on what I can control. I list out my tasks and take them one step at a time.
That's a great approach. And let's not forget self-care. Things like getting enough sleep, eating well, and staying active really make a difference.
Oh, for sure. And let's talk about breathing. Have you ever tried deep breathing exercises when you're stressed?
Yes, taking slow, deep breaths helps calm the nervous system. It's simple but super effective.
And if the stress still feels overwhelming, sometimes just talking to someone about it can really help.
Exactly. And don't forget, practicing gratitude also helps. When I focus on the things I'm grateful for, my stress levels go down significantly.
That's a great tip. Keeping a gratitude journal can shift your mindset from stress to appreciation.
Now let's touch on anxiety. Anxiety can make us overthink and expect the worst. How do you deal with it, Brian?
One thing that helps me is grounding techniques. I use the 5-4-3-2-1 method. 5 things I can see, 4 things I can touch, 3 things I hear, 2 things I smell, and 1 thing I taste. It brings me back to the present.
I love that. Another way I handle anxiety is by focusing on facts instead of fears. I ask myself, is this really true? Or am I just imagining the worst-case scenario?
That's powerful. And taking action helps too. If I'm anxious about something, I try to break it into small steps and handle one thing at a time.
All right, Brian. Let's say you're in a really tense situation. Maybe an argument or a stressful moment at work. What's your go-to strategy to stay calm?
First, I remind myself not to react instantly. Instead of responding emotionally, I take a moment to think. I might even say, let me process this and get back to you.
That's a great technique. I also use positive self-talk. Instead of thinking, I can't handle this, I tell myself, I've faced challenges before and I can handle this too.
Exactly. And if I feel my emotions rising, I focus on my breathing. Slowing down my breath helps me stay in control.
And sometimes stepping away for a few minutes can really help. There's nothing wrong with taking a short break and coming back when you're calmer.
Right. And if it's a disagreement, I try to listen first before responding. Sometimes understanding the other person's point of view can defuse tension. So, what's the big takeaway from today?
Emotions are natural, but we don't have to let them control us. With the right techniques, like pausing before reacting, deep breathing, and shifting perspectives, we can stay in control.
Right. And like anything, emotional control takes practice. The more you work on it, the easier it becomes.
So, challenge yourself this week. Pay attention to how you react to different situations and try using some of these strategies.
And let us know how it goes. Thanks for tuning in to the Chill English podcast. Until next time, stay mindful and stay in control.